Evil Eye is back. Yo, that design is sick as hell. What's up, y'all? We back at it with another chapter of Dandadan Chapter 199. I wonder if they're going to do something special for the big 200. I'm very curious if we're going to get something very grand and special where we're just like, yo, damn, this marks 200 chapters. I wonder if that's going to happen. Probably not, but hey, wishful thinking. Wishful thinking. But yo, we about to get into this chapter, man. Now, this is pretty much the conclusion, it looks like, to the battle against the typhoon. And when it comes to that battle, as I'm a little sad because it seems as if we don't find out who was in control of that typhoon, or at least it doesn't seem like we know right now. Maybe it was just one of those things where we'll never know who it was, or maybe some few chapters down the line we'll figure out, oh, you were behind the typhoon that attacked us in the sky. Maybe it'd be one of those situations. I'm not really sure, but all in all, man, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Just a little sad, but okay. Now, I will point this out. The art and the panels for the past few chapters dealing with this typhoon have just been outstanding. To think that we've been getting chapters with art like this back to back is insane. Like the way they draw the typhoon, the storm, what I'm saying, the parts that's within the typhoon, like the sharks and the mouth, the nose and stuff, the lightning, it's just very creative and very beautiful. Like they did a great job on these panels. I mean, even the first page of this chapter, the panel just looks that damn amazing. But we about to get into it, man. Again, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell. So the chapter starts off where it's actually showing your boy, I believe his name is Raya, and what's his name, Daiki. They're showing both of them. They're on the plane, and you have it where Daiki is thinking about how he first met Zuma, and Zuma says like, yo, you could stay here with me until we get things fixed. And Zuma's telling him like, yo, don't worry, I swear I'll make things right. And you have it where Daiki is thinking about that and how Zuma is doing everything he can to fix things that went wrong, and Daiki, he was trapped inside that board game, and now that he's free, Zuma's doing whatever it takes to make him happy. Now you have it where they're on the plane, and you have it where Daiki says like, yo, I can't see Zuma anymore. Then he asks Raya to take him to the cockpit. And of course, Raya's like, yo, why do you want to go to the cockpit? You can't even walk. That's crazy. And you have it where he says like, yo, I can pilot the plane. My father was a pilot. And you have it where, Raya starts to take him towards, the cockpit. And he says like, yo, I'm sorry. Like, I've been fooling you guys. Like, I'm not a great guy. I was a bully. I was mean to everyone around me. I don't deserve y'all help. I'm nothing. I'm worthless. But you guys, both of you guys, you and Zumba, you guys are such good people. I don't want any harm to come to y'all. Like, yo, I want to make it up to y'all, all the kindness that you showed me. I want to make it up to both of y'all. So you have it where it's pretty much showing how he was in school. You see that he bullied his classmates. His father was a pilot. His father let him use flight simulators and showed him how to fly a plane pretty much. And he says because of that he wanted to be like his dad. I mean, most kids do want to be like their parents, so that's understandable. And the way he viewed his father, he viewed his father as being amazing. He viewed being a pilot as an amazing job because that's what his father did. And you got it where the people in his class were praising him, telling him that he's so smart, that he can do anything. And he's like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna be a pilot like my father. And you have it where he looks at this one kid and he says like, yo, I believe the kid's name was Toru. He says like, yo, what are you gonna do when you grow up? He's like, well, you're not good at anything. The best you can hope for is to be a garbage collector or something along that lines. And what I'm saying? Right when I read that line, I'm thinking like, I mean, shit, garbage collectors make decent money, they make really good money. I mean, ideal is not the best job because you have to deal with the smell and the trash, but they do get paid good money for that. And you have it where this Toru guy says like, yo, a garbage collector? Like, man, you think I could do that? that's a pretty cool job, man. Thank you. And like, instead of taking it as an insult, this Toru guy takes it as a compliment. And he's like, yo, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for telling me that. Now, that could have been one of those situations where the kid did that to kind of make the joke, kind of seem whack. Or the kid could have been sincere, telling, what I'm saying, your boy Daiki, like, yo, thank you. Like, really, thank you. And you have it where, it jumps back to present day with Daiki talking to Raya, saying, like, yo, I looked down on him. But he was actually the incredible one. He made me realize how worthless I am, and it frustrated me. And you have it where, he's thinking about how he got trapped in the board game, and how when he came out, he tried to go back to his family, but his family wouldn't accept him because, he looks a lot older than he was when he went into the game. The messed up thing about that whole situation, like, I feel like the parents would have, should have believed that that was their kid. I mean, all he had to do was tell him some memories that only he would know. And I feel like that, the parents should have been accepting. So I don't think his father is as great as he thinks his father is. I mean, that's just me. But, you have it where he's also thinking like, yo, you guys didn't give up on me. You guys kept trying to help me. And he's like, yo, I want to make it back to, back home so that I can apologize to the Toru guy. And he says, like, you and Zuma taught me something, how to live like a person. What I'm saying? The kind of person I want to be. And when you think about it, like, if he does get changed back to his original age, he's going to be a young man or a young boy with the mindset of a grown man. So he probably will go far in the future. But anyway, he says, like you and Zuma, kind and strong and sincere, I want to be a decent man. If you or Zuma are in trouble, I want to be the kind of man who will do whatever it takes to help. And you see his conviction. You see that he's willing to sacrifice it all for his friends. He even has tears coming out of his eyes. And then you see they go to the cockpit, grandma's in there, and you see that she's trying to stay focused, but she's falling asleep. But they bust in the room, and when they bust into the cockpit. And once they bust in there, they managed to wake her up, and she says, thank you, I was about to fall asleep. And that's when they make the statement like, yo, Daiki, he knows how to pilot the plane. His father put him on many simulators. He can fly. And of course you have it where, grandma's like, yo, why wouldn't you say that from the beginning? And I imagine he was just too scared or nervous to say anything. I'm imagining that's why he ain't say nothing. But anyway, you got it where he takes control of the plane. Then it jumps to Momo, Ma and her kids, as well as Gigi and Zuma. They defeated the typhoon, and they're floating in the air. And you have it where, Momo's like, yo, where are we going? And then Ma says, like, yo, I'm bringing you punks straight to our hideout so that you all can become human sacrifices. The crazy thing about that is you just finished working with these guys, and now you already betraying them. I thought she would have a change of heart and end up becoming an ally of the group, but it seems like she's just as bad as ever. She did what she had to do to survive, and now she's back to her old ways. That's crazy. But in the midst of her saying become human sacrifice, you see the lines start to appear on Gigi's face, and you already know what time it is. It's time for the evil eye. Of course, you got evil eye, Gigi saying like, yo, please, evil eye, don't come out, because Gigi know in this type of situation, yo, the evil eye gonna get them messed up. But of course you got it where, she even goes to say like, Gigi, you're gonna be sacrificed as well. And then you have it where they look in the air, and you see, even though the typhoon is gone, some of the sharks are still remaining in the air. And you got this giant shark approaching them guys. And it actually like gobbles up the worm with Ma and her kids. But you have it where Momo tells Gigi as well as Zuma to jump. They jump to avoid being eaten by this giant shark, which means this shark isn't frozen. So I wonder if this shark is actually a person or something more than just a shark. I'm very curious about that. But you have it where they jump off the shark, and you got it where the evil eye has taken over Gigi's body, and he has that look like he about to go in. And then he's like, yo, I'm going to kill every last one. And of course, the evil eye ends up kicking the hell out of this shark. He's like, yo, come out of there right now. He's telling the people within the shark to come out, but he kicks the hell out of the shark. He sends the shark flying in the air. And he says like, yo, I'm not letting you people get away. But he's falling away from him. Like the evil eye doesn't even know. You got Momo looking at him like, yo, this is hardly the time to worry about that. You have it where they're falling. You know, she says you guys gotta have to hold one another, grab each other. And of course, Zuma is trying to grab Gigi, or the evil eye, and the evil eye is like, yo, I don't want to do it. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. And it's like, this guy, I'd rather die than be saved. But of course, Momo uses her ability to grab them, as well as try to make some type of parachute. But since she can only use one of her hands, you know, she's not able to stop them from descending very fast. But then you have them looking off to the distance, and they actually manage to see the plane. You see that Daiki actually piloted the plane back in their direction, and he sees them. He's trying to grab them and get close to them so they can be grabbed. You got it where Dino Girl, she's in her suit telling them to maintain their speed. You know, she's pretty much giving them all the details and information on their location. Next thing you know, Momo says leave it to her, and she uses her hand to grab the plane, and the chapter ends with them flying, you know, grabbing the plane as it flies to the direction that they need to be going. Now, again, this last panel is another beautiful panel of them like going in the direction they need to go. But yo, the evil eye, that dude hilarious. That dude's hilarious. But all in all, really good chapter. Like the way it wrapped things up. I wonder what happened to Ma. Did her and her kids actually get devoured by that shark, or is it going to be a situation where they destroy the shark and survive? We'll just have to wait and see. I figure they might turn out to be one of those opponents that just keep popping up from time to time. But let me know your thoughts on this one down below, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.